How often we hear people saying, I'm really stressed out? Very often since COVID, at workplaces, in schools, universities, we are hearing it often than before that I'm stressed out. As a matter of fact, at many places, we may not be right in saying so. Let me share an analogy with you. For example, say you have invested in stocks and you see a company which is going down, and you think that your investments are with that company, but then you look more closely and then you realize, oh, it's another company with a similar name. Then you get a relief. That is the case with stress too. Whenever we think of stress, we means distress, but it may not be distress. It may be a good stress, or what the field of psychology called eustress. That's what I'm going to talk about. Let me make the case with an analogy. So we all are aware of what the importance of cholesterol, and the control on cholesterol is vital to our health. So whenever physicians, they help us controlling our cholesterol, and if they have to lower the cholesterol, they would go and lower the bad guy, which is low density LDL cholesterol. And they would give us some medication which would lower LDL, but not HDL, because HDL are those transportation means which bring LDL back to the liver to be removed. So we have never seen the doctors would be prescribing us to lower both types of cholesterol. The same is true with good stress. We would like to get rid of distress or the red stress or the bad stress, but we would like to have good stress. Let me show you why. So in this busy slide, you could see a green part and a little reddish or pinkish part. So if we want to get performance up to an optimal level, something here, that is the performance here, we need to work on that. So we may be inactive. We have to move from inactive to a little active, laid back mode. Then we have to excel. We have to push ourselves so that we are really fatigued, but our reward is this performance. So this all is motivated or thrilled through eustress, which is thought to be necessary for healthy development. It is also connected with what is called arousal theory of motivation in psychology, that you have to be aroused so that you could show a certain performance. But in doing so, we exert too much and we enter in this area. Then we enter into what is called a distress. So, distress, which could be kind of temporary or permanent, and that is not really what we want. We want to avoid this bad stress or distress, but we want to have good stress or eustress. But sometimes this good stress or eustress, we assume it to be same as distress. And say, oh, I'm stressed. Whereas maybe I'm being motivated and I'm misunderstanding it as stress. So eustress or good stress could be defined by saying that this is something which excites and motivates us to be more productive. And we should appreciate it, because without that, we could not go to an optimal performance level. What do I mean by that? Is that we need to put ourselves under eustress. So the psychologists, they tell us so many techniques how we can uh, get best out of eustress. So I'm mentioning just four here. They would say you should push yourself at work or school where you are. You should go above and beyond whatever you are doing so that you would feel more motivated. If still you have time, so a healthy body, keeps a healthy mind. So you have to push your body. So people who are in bodybuilding, they will see if you have to build your muscles, you have to keep on increasing weight in your weight training. So you have to keep on increasing the stress, the physical stress you are giving to your muscles. Another technique they tell you, oh, you are doing everything and still you have time, you want more motivation, you take on a new project. Even you have taken on a new project, still you have time, then simply read. That will motivate you. Why it is important that we learn to stress ourselves in a good manner. Let me go back to the same slide which I showed you before. Here I'm showing a green circle, which is like an optimal performance. So our job or target is to reach there. So the good stress following this green arrow helps us to go there. When we go there in given amount of time, we have accomplished this performance level. But the time is passing. If I don't take green route, I don't become active, go into laid back mode and stress myself positively to accomplish something, to obtain this optimal level of performance. And instead of that, I follow this red arrow and I reach here where my performance is 0 and the time has passed and I enter into this area. I enter into this area with 0 performance or somewhere in between the maximum performance and the 0 performance. But I'm wishing to have a good performance. So what I do, I start getting distressed. I start getting anxiety. And that's not what I deserve. So I have 2 options. Stop being inactive, make myself active, work on the thing I want to reach the optimal performance, and I will feel I have accomplished something and I can stop myself from going into this mode. But if I don't do that, I follow the red path or any path in between, there are more chances that I would go into the area of bad stress. And I don't deserve that. I should avoid that. But when I'm going through the green path and I'm assuming myself to be stressed out, that's where I'm taking wrong position. That's what I mean earlier by saying, oh, this may not be my company where I have invested in stocks going down, someone else, I'm assuming my company because this is good stress. This is not the bad stress. This is required for accomplishing anything. So please do not consider good stress as bad stress. And at all costs, avoid bad stress. Go to counselors, go to medical treatment, whatever it takes. Change the things you are doing. You deserve better than that. Distress, anxiety is not your destination. Thank you very much.